What's up, everybody? So, Free Britney has obviously been a huge topic of conversation, debate, all this on Twitter. Like, I mean, it's really getting crazy. It's getting way out of hand, way out of hand. Too many conspiracies, too many theories, too many, like, allegations, not enough proof, or, you know, you got Britney's mom liking all these comments left and right. Some of them look like she's in support of Free Britney. Sometimes she's liking things that are not supporting that. Like, it's really getting fucking messy. So this video is going to have no conspiracy things. It's going to be strictly factual. Okay, because what my ass did was go on lacourts.org. Okay, and I found her court case number. And what we're going to do is we're going to look through all the files and the actions that Britney herself put in through since 2008 till now. Because I think and I believe that I have evidence here that Britney herself is trying to fight her way out of this. This, again, is facts. Like, this is a fact. I'm just going to read off of what I'm seeing off of literally things that were submitted by Britney, by her dad, whatever the fact of the matter is. If we want to do further episodes where we talk about conspiracies, or not even conspiracy, but just theories and like emails and like all those leaks and whatever the fact, maybe we can do that. But right now I want to strictly focus on what I found from lacourt.org. Okay, so we're going to go all the way back to 2008. And I'm going to mention the only times where Britney herself filed something. Because for the most part, if you look through, I mean, there's so many filings, but the majority of it is her dad or Andrew Wallet putting in something for, like, you know, like attorney, like bullshit, payments, estate conversation, you know, like things that were not really, it was just very factual, business-wise oriented. So let's hit it to the first time that Britney has ever filed something. The way you would look this up is I just looked up control find subject. Britney is the subject. The petitioner is Britney's dad. And is also, there's another one where it says Andrew Wallet. So, subject is Britney always. Okay, the first time that she filed something by herself, because, so what it is that it could say filed by petitioner Jamie Spears for Britney. The only time that's happened is when they put in, a restraining order against Sam Lefty and things like that, where it was the dad or Andrew Wallet doing something for Britney. But the only time that Britney put in her own shit, July 17th, 2008. Okay, this is right before the circus era started. 2 months before Womanizer came out. She sent in her own thing, a miscellaneous document. Letters from the Conservatorship dated July 28th, 2008. Okay, so what's going on here is she submitted letters that she wrote. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but she submitted some letters. At this point, I was assuming, we all know she did not want to be part of this conservatorship. I don't know what these letters say, obviously, but that was the first time that she submitted something. Okay, great. Now, let's fast forward to November 17th. This is 2 weeks before the Circus album comes out. She submits a report that is written by and evaluated by her psychiatrist. Okay? David Trader is what it says. David Trader puts in a report with Britney, her psychiatrist. He evaluates whatever was going on. Britney submitted it. And this, again, usually if her dad had put it in from the psychiatrist, it would say filed by Jamie Spears, which would mean they were in cahoots putting it in together, which is fine. I mean, that would make sense. He's a conservator. But for her to do it herself means she was, in my opinion, trying to prove, okay, this is my psychiatrist's report. He's saying I'm free to go, so get me the fuck out of here immediately. This was the first and only time, okay, that her psychiatrist put in a report with her, okay? November 17th. This never happens again. Now, the next time she puts in a report is March 30th, 2009. A month after the circus tour started, she puts in another report. This time it says, instead of David Trader, her psychiatrist at the time, it now says Evidence Code 730 Expert. Okay, now, according to the court, a 730 evaluator is the court's appointed expert and is not hired by either party. Therefore, court-ordered 730 evaluation is intended to be unbiased, objective evaluation of facts, or a matter for which an expert opinion will help the court. Okay, so what that's telling me is that They did not want the psychiatrist to have his own report, which to me is already sketchy. Why would you need an unbiased report of her mental health, not from the psychiatrist? Do you see what I'm saying? Why the fuck, like, it seems like they got their own psychiatrist possibly and put him under the 730 expert, and that separate psychiatrist is now checking to check her mental health instead of her own psychiatrist doing it himself, which to me is fucking sketchy. Why do you need someone else to be doing it? Like, why does it need to be unbiased when it comes to medical health? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's already, like, I feel like red flag, shady. Why? Where did he go? Why does he not get a say in it? He's the psychiatrist, so why do we need an unbiased evaluator? That's a little strange to me, but okay. She then puts in another report. Same thing with the 730 expert, July 23rd, 2009. This is in the middle of the circus tour, summer of the circus tour. Okay, fine. Next time she does a report is now May 28, 2010. This is interesting because it's the same thing, report, 730 expert. She's obviously still trying to put in her own reports and trying to give information to the courts about where she is at that point in time. Also, keep in mind that during all these filings, it's not just her, obviously. There was other filings being put in through the dad and through Andrew Wallet multiple times. So whenever she shows up and does a report, it's meaning she is putting in a report to try to say, okay, I'm doing fine. Get me the fuck out of here. Okay, so that was May 28, 2010. And we all know that mid-June, or was it July, she had a second meltdown at the Disney park, cut her hair off, and then all of a sudden, 2 months later, she's looking medicated, delusional, never seen before, like really looking crazy. So that was the last time she puts in a report from a 730 expert for a while. This is a month before she has her second meltdown. So I'm assuming this report that she puts in, the 730 experts were not having it. The judge was not having it. Nobody was having it with her. For whatever reason, I don't know. We don't have that information, but we do know that at this point, she had put in, it looked like her last report for a while. Now, okay. Now we get into July 29, 2011. Now we're in the midst of the Femme Fatale tour. We all know she was heavily, heavily medicated during this time. Clearly sedated. Clearly does not want to be there. Sorry if my mouth keeps moving or being weird. I had an allergic reaction to the antibiotics, bitch. So, and I'm just getting over it. And it was making my jaw and my tongue move involuntarily. So, okay. Now, July 29, 2011. It looks like Spears, James P., okay, Jamie, and Andrew Wallet put in their own declaration of urgency, okay, July 29, 2011. And then Britney files her own thing through her attorney, another report. Now, I'm assuming, I don't know what exactly is going on, but maybe she was getting out of line, maybe she was trying to unmedicate, which is actually really, again, interesting because this is July 29, 2011. And if you remember, in August 2011, she was starting to look not sedated, not medicated. Because if you remember at the VMA, she was looking gorgeous Barbie doll, looking alive, remember that? And then she did a criminal video, and she was like, there was like a time, and then she went to Europe, and she was like looking way better, talking way better. This was all right after July 29, 2011, which is where she put a report. So why is it whenever she seems to be doing good, these bitches put in a report a declaration of urgency? You see what I'm saying? Because we have to remember, August 2011, September 2011, people were like, oh my god, she's back. She's talking right, she's looking fit, she's looking excited about Criminal, she was looking like a Barbie doll at the VMAs, she wasn't serving us anxiety, you know what I mean? Like, it was during that August, September moment where she was looking a lot better. And yet again, here we have Jamie and Andrew Wallet putting in a declaration of urgency. For what? For what reason? Was it because she didn't want to be medicated? Like, off her fucking rocker and looking like a zombie? You know what I mean? Strange. Okay, fine. We don't have anything else happen until now. April 6, 2012. We have filed by boom, 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 boom. It looks like Britney puts in her own petition to appoint a different conservator of person. That's what it says. So it looks like on April 6, 2012, Britney was asking for her then boyfriend James, what the fuck was his name? Jason, okay? Jason, to become the conservator. I think we were all really pissed that he became conservator, but according to this, it looks like it says filed by attorney represented for attorney for petitioner conservator Spears Britney Jean subject person. Ooh, actually I don't know. This actually might look like Britney's dad put in the petition to appoint him as the conservator. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we do know that he was then put in conservator. It looks actually more like Britney did not ask for that. Okay, now we get into some interesting mess. August 21st, 2012. This is about 3 weeks before X Factor begins. The auditions all happen, but this is right before it airs. Britney puts in her own application for shortening time. Okay. She puts in her own application. She puts in her own order and her own declaration. 3 different things on August 21st, 2012. Now, what's interesting about this is on August 24th, Radar Online reports, which is really funny because we keep dragging Radar Online, but this all matches up. This is 3 days after we see Britney files herself, through her attorney, an application for shortening time for the conservatorship. And then we get this report. Radar Online reports that Spears is growing increasingly frustrated that she's still kept under the conservatorship and met with Judge Reba Goetz to discuss her progress. Britney said she doesn't understand why it's still in place and expressed her belief that she has got to be the only person under a conservatorship that has managed to land a $15 million work contract. Britney wants the conservatorship to end. It's fine with her if it stays in place as far as her business and professional life, but she wants to call the shots when it comes to her personal life. Okay. Now, this, at this point, is the last time she ever does anything at all. We know that the conservatorship was not short, and it was... I don't believe it was limited, although I really don't know. I don't know. Obviously, it was not shortened, but maybe the rules and regulations were put a little back, because I remember in 2013, she was a little happier, a little healthier, but we really don't have any facts to back that up, so we're going to stick with the facts. Okay, so the fact is 2012 was the last and final time she ever put anything in. Also, keep in mind, the only time she put something in by herself were those reports in 2009 with the evidence 707, whatever the fuck it is. But in 2012 and 2011, when she was putting in her shortening time and things, those were put in through her attorney, not by herself. Okay, fine. Next time she ever does anything is March 4th, 2019. This is last month, people. 1 month ago. This is filed by subject. Keep in mind, one more time, the only time something has ever been filed by her was those documents that she put in, those letters that she wrote, or whatever it was, and those reports that she put in through her psychiatrist and the court-appointed evidence searchers. Okay, fine. March 4, 2019, she puts in a declaration of urgency, filed by subject. So, she's putting in something urgent, something needs to be done about something. Same day, March 4th, she also puts in a memorandum, points and authorities. Let's discuss what that means. A memorandum of points and authorities is often filed along with a motion and brief in support of the motion. Points and authorities explain why the law authorizes the judge to take the requested action. Meaning, Britney is putting into action, and she is explaining why the law says that the judge has to accept what she's requesting. The term points and authorities comes from the fact that the legal discussion makes certain points followed by a citation to legal authority supporting each point. So basically, it provides an outline of the various points or counts that the defendant, Britney, wishes to raise and the authorities for the same. Okay, fine. So that means you put in a declaration of urgency. This is my loose interpretation of what happened here. This is the only time I will make an assumption, but I think that I'm right. The declaration of urgency was put in by Britney herself, March 4th, with these points and authorities, which is basically a bullet list proof of why the law is on her side and the judge needs to take her request, is that she put in a urgent request to get out of the conservatorship. Okay, let's go to what's next. She then puts in another declaration, a declaration regarding notice. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're gonna keep it moving. The same day, her dad This is after. This is chronological order. That's how it's listed. So after she does all this, her dad then puts in a joinder filing. Now, a joinder is something that allows multiple issues to be heard in one hearing or trial and is done when the issues or parties involved overlap sufficiently to make the process more efficient and more fair. Okay, so it looks like Britney may have put something in that will go against her dad, and her dad is bringing up his own thing that will be joined into the conversation at this court hearing. Okay, fine. Jamie also then puts in that he accepts the resignation of Andrew Wallet. Okay, fine. He also puts in a bond. This bond pays off Andrew Wallet because when you sign on as a conservatorship, you have to put up a bond. Now that he left, he gets his money back, is all that is really saying. Okay, Britney then files another subject, a declaration regarding notice again. Don't know what that is, but what we do see is then Jamie does another petition the next day and puts in letters, reissued. Don't know what that means, but he's putting in something his own. Okay, now after all of this, a court hearing is then set August 15th, upcoming August 15th, order to show cause hearing. This is where it gets real interesting because this court hearing is coming from Britney's declaration and her bulletproof list that, in my opinion, is her fighting for her freedom. Okay, and this order to show cause hearing is the court will require the respondent, Jamie would be the respondent here, to appear and explain to the court why it should not grant the relief that is requested. So Britney puts in a request, and he's supposed to show up and say why this should not be requested. Many times the respondent, Jamie, will provide details about why the party who filed the order failed to take a certain action or did not meet required obligations. So at this court hearing, both Britney and Jamie have to show up. They have to show up because Britney is requesting this urgent hearing. And what's going on here at this type of hearing is that it's pretty much a fight. Respondent Jamie has to put in a reasoning as to what did Britney do that should not give her her request to be filed. Does that make sense? So Britney putting in something like, I need to be free, I want to be free, this is why I need to be freed. According to the law, the judge needs to let me out of here. Jamie has to show up and say, well, this is what she did not do. This is why she should not be approved for her request. So it looks like Britney's on her way out. She's ready to go. She filed her own fucking papers. And she's ready to go. So I feel like, are looking at Britney as the victim here. Free Britney, free Britney, free Britney. But I think Miss Britney is going to free herself because she's doing this all on her own. And I think she could really do it. So this is my theory. This is where we're going to slight theory mode. And I'm going to say, I believe that when she put this this declaration of urgency in, they told her, okay, you need to go one more time to a different mental hospital, okay? Because they're saying she's been there since mid-January, correct? I think she has. I think that they put her into a facility themselves. She exited, put in her own declaration saying, I need to get the fuck out of this conservatorship because I'm fine. And these bitches are trying to medicate me immediately. So she puts in that declaration. They said, okay, fine, but you need to go get evaluated yourself, which is why she's in this 30-day program to go get her own evaluation, send that in, go to the court hearing, and get herself out of the situation. That's what I'm seeing. That's what it looks like is going on. I think Miss Britney is doing what she needs to do on her own. I think we need to just send her some positive thoughts at the moment. And these are just the facts, bitch. She put in her own thing 1 month ago. 1 month ago. And Jamie put in his own stuff, going against it. And they both now have to show up August 15th and fight to the fucking death. Or they can settle it before the hearing and just accept that, you know, she wants out. And maybe he'll be like, okay, fine. You win, bitch. You know what I mean? So, that's what's going on right now. Right now, Britney has requested her urgent declaration to get the fuck out of there. She got her memorandum written up. And keep in mind, this was not even put in through her attorney. It was filed by her and her only. Which means that by herself, she is writing up a list of reasons she needs to get the fuck out, and this is why the law is on her side and why the judge needs to take her side. Now, her dad needs to go to that court hearing and explain why Britney is wrong, why the law is wrong, and why it needs to stay in place. So, this is the first time that Britney has ever done this. Before, she's only put in reports that were meant to probably be like, this is what's going on, get me out. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's going on, get me out. Or maybe not even get me out, but this is the report that I have. So please check it out and tell me what you guys think. But this is the first time that is not a report. It is a literal declaration saying, I'm out. These are the reasons why I'm out. Here I am going to this mental hospital for 30 days. They're going to check me out, and I'm going to give you, again, we're going to check this out. If she comes out, we're going to have to check this website one more time and see if she puts in some type of report through a psychiatric thing, do you know what I mean? And see what's going on. So we're going to have to keep following up. Those are the facts that we have right now. So, the conspiracy theories, the allegations, all of that, maybe we can discuss in another video, but right now, this is the facts right now. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you guys want some more episodes that discuss the actual, not the actual, but you know, the more theory-related conversation. And thanks for watching.